I attempted to earn a gold crate in Tower Defense Simulator. These crates cost an insane 50,000 coins, and over years of playing, I've collected 5 out of the 6 special skins. So with over 40,000 coins, I need to grind out the last crate to get the final and arguably the single best golden tower, and see just how good it was. But I knew things were not going to be easy. I got into game 1 on the map Iceville, where my teammates decided to place Cowboy, Cowboy, and Cowboy. Foreshadowing? For the early game, they served fairly well, and after a few waves, I got enough money to place down a golden Pyromancer. The abnormal boss went down easily enough, and soon after, one of my teammates placed 4 wardens, which was great, except they were way back on the path, so their effect wasn't very immediate. I started farming, trying to get all of them to level 3, but once some zombies started to get alarmingly far, I placed a DJ for the discount and began saving for engineer as my teammate placed golden mini. Shout out to this guy's brother. The Fallens got pretty far, but those backup wardens proved their usefulness when combined with elf camp. On wave 30, I forgot about the tank as I was upgrading the garbage archer, and it got way too far along the path, just dying to the tiny elf. After that, everyone started placing more strong towers like accelerator and engineer, and heading into the late game, we gained momentum. Finally, the Fallen King spawned. This map structure was very good for us, letting us get a ton of damage on the slow moving boss, and even when he tried to stall us out, we still managed to kill him. With a final celebratory snowball from elf camp, this had gave me 700 coins, putting me closer to the goal, but I still need a bunch more wins. So I joined a 4-player game on Moonbase, where half the team left immediately, and me and my only other teammate quickly lost. So to bounce back, I joined another game on Portland, where half the team left again, which was very frustrating. But finally, I got a game on Farmlands, and this definitely made up for the previous fails. Admittedly, we did lose 1 player, but because we picked multi-mode, it wasn't a major issue. Different game modes are interesting when trying to get a gold crate. Multi-mode gives you less coins, but is easier and faster, whereas Fallen is a bit harder with a higher reward. I placed Golden Soldier early, typically considered the worst of the golden towers. It did okay. It definitely did not perform as well as some of the others, but paired with Cowboy, it handled the early game, and in wave 12, our third teammate placed a Frost Blaster, probably the single rarest event tower in the game, which in almost 3 years of playing, I have only seen a tiny handful of times, and it was just randomly in this game. In game, it dealt solid damage to the zombies, and of course had a freezing effect. He then placed some accelerators. From there, I got DJ, farmed, and we really started to decimate the easier zombies in multi-mode, while our other teammate placed a single Cowboy and decided to take a well-earned break, doing pretty much nothing for the next 10 or so minutes. But on wave 33, he finally returned to place and upgrade some elf camps. So with tons of accelerators and the very rare power of Frost Blaster, we easily made it to the final wave, and the Molten Boss was quick work for us, earning me another 500 coins. I decided to wait to switch my loadout and bring the same towers for the next game, this time being Fallen mode. We did finally have a full team though, and one other person defended early with gold scouts, while my golden soldier struggled a lot more against these stronger enemies. We killed the bosses and the hiddens, but things started to spiral from there on out, because everyone was still heavily farming. For waves 16, 17, 18, and 19, we had such little firepower that we fully depended on the elves to save us, which was kinda scary, and I once again placed DJ. I was kinda the DJ guy for most of these games. Finally, I got enough money for an accelerator, and with an extra gold mini, we got the Fallen slow enough to survive wave 21. But these mid-game waves were very slow, as my team started to finally finish up farming. As we neared wave 30, a lot more towers were placed, and people kind of set up their own little tower zones. The Necromancer bosses and Warden were a bit challenging, but not that bad, until the Fallen King arose from his coffin, revived once more, and ready to destroy TDS, and then he promptly failed again. I placed multiple mechs for stun healing, and with the Commander's Call of Arms additional support, we finished the game in just over 20 minutes, giving me a nicely aesthetic coin count, and leading me much closer to the golden crate. So next, I decided to solo speedrun a few rounds to try to farm a lot of coins as quickly as possible. My strategy was just to bring the best towers I had and absolutely destroy Molten mode. I used Gladiator for early game, and by focusing on heavily farming as well, this let me get an engineer early, before I would eventually upgrade those gladiators and start spamming accelerators and engineers, made cheaper by a max DJ booth. Even playing solo, I easily killed every zombie the mode had to offer, and beat these rounds very quickly. I played 5 total games, gaining 2,500 more coins, just barely under what I needed. So to start earning more per game, I switched back to playing Fallen mode, this time with a new loadout. One of my teammates placed early gladiators, and I helped slightly with a golden scout. Everyone started to farm, like a lot. and our defense was a bit lacking until a gold mini was placed. I kinda forgot about the shadows and just didn't upgrade my towers, letting a few of them through, but with over 400 base health, it wasn't too concerning. So my teammate upgraded their gold mini for hidden detection, and I furthered my scouts, so next time we got them all. The benefits of early farming once again started to pay off, as the team got a bunch more supportive towers down, and started getting the major DPS. I then got challenged to a dance-off. Nightmare used the default Roblox dancing emote, I turned into an ice cube. Should be pretty clear who won. This led into us reaching the final wave. With accelerators, even rangers, and some solid team chemistry, this was one of the easiest runs yet, and we once again won, meaning I was now less than 1,000 coins away from that final gold crate. Inspired by last game's success, I myself brought rangers into Grass Isles. I was pretty nervous about this run once we lost our fourth player, even more so as one teammate focused on Hunter. It's not even using the duck skin, but despite some zombies which got way too far, we regained later on and actually got a pretty serene win, which left me just one game away. For this final game, I got a trio game on Crossroads. I was somewhat fatigued at this point, admittedly making some questionable plays, like placing these 3 scouts at the middle of the path, which made the game painfully slow until I decided to spam more at the front. My farming techniques here weren't exactly ideal, actually they were very bad, but one of my teammates had brought the very tower I was attempting to unlock, which served as a brief flare of motivation. I farmed enough to save for gold mini, which I placed in this crook of the path, helping kill the Fallens. As we approached wave 30, I was very sure we would lose to the tank with how few towers we had placed, but somehow we actually killed it easily. As I said, I had farmed pretty badly, but I did get enough money to start maxing out some rangers. Working together with my teammates, we got to the final wave for the last time. The Fallen King got a lot of leeway thanks to his bodyguards, but he froze up on the bridge, a critical error at the focal point of the map. At the end of the journey, things had come full circle, with the simple towers of Minigunner and Ranger finishing the job, earning me the last coins I needed. Rejoining the lobby, I bought the crate and prepared myself. The odds here are pretty favorable. It seems like I might get Cowboy here. Here we go. Wow, Cowboy. Who would have thought it? Really? So I got Golden Cowboy, the one skin which has eluded me for years. So of course I went to test it out and see if it was worth those 50,000 coins. This tower functions the same as regular Cowboy, attacking to charge up its money generation, except this golden variant does more damage and makes more money, but it also costs more, which is kind of annoying honestly. It feels pretty comfortable to use in game, as generally I think this tower is some of the smoothest animation in the game, and aesthetically the skin itself is clean, wearing a classy outfit fitted with some crisp boots, a gold banded cowboy hat, and even an engraved Paradoxum Games logo on the belt buckle. When upgraded, it gets an improved golden gun, before eventually getting a cape with golden trim. Although I don't really like the face mask synonymous with most cowboy models, other than that the model is pretty great. And while definitely not on the level of something like Accelerator or Engineer, in game the tower is still strong, mainly due to its money generation and powered up DPS, and it's definitely fun to get a viable alternative to farm. In general, I'm just glad to be finally finished with all these golden skins, after literal years of playing this game. Please subscribe if you aren't already. Making videos like this takes a lot of time and energy, and if you liked it, you might as well. It only takes a few seconds, and if you want, you can always change your mind. Thanks for watching, thanks for the support, bye.